You are sitting at the dining table with your family. Someone brings up a topic that everyone knows needs attention. Maybe it's about caring for an aging parent. Maybe it's about home. Maybe it's about finances. Maybe it's about a decision that affects everyone. The conversation begins and then slowly fades away. Someone changes the subject. Someone says, let's talk about it later. And everyone quietly agrees because avoiding the discussion feels easier than starting it. And that's where many families confuse understanding with adjustment. Welcome to Regulate and Rise with Khyati Adlakha. Today, let's talk about a confusion many people carry without realizing it. The confusion between understanding and adjusting, because these two are not the same. Understanding creates clarity, adjustment often postpones it. And when the two are confused, families and relationships slowly become places where important things remain unspoken. Imagine this situation. An aging parent is beginning to struggle with daily tasks. The family notices. Appointments are missed. Bills are forgotten. Small things begin slipping. Everyone understands what this means. A conversation about care, responsibility, and future planning needs to happen. But that conversation feels heavy. It might bring fear. It might bring disagreement. So instead, the family adjusts. Someone quietly handles the bills. Another sibling checks in occasionally. Everyone tells themselves, we understand the situation. But the real discussion never happens. And what could have been clarity slowly turns into stress. Or imagine another scenario. Two siblings are managing family finances. One person keeps making impulsive decisions. Everyone understands the pattern, but addressing it might create tension. So instead, the others adjust. They compensate quietly. They fix things behind the scenes. They say, I understand how they are. But understanding becomes an excuse to avoid the conversation that could change the pattern. Sometimes this happens between spouses as well. One partner notices the other constantly avoiding financial planning. Important decisions about the future keep getting postponed. Children's education, home, retirement, major investments. One partner sees the avoidance clearly, but instead of addressing it directly, they tell themselves, I understand. They get anxious about money. So they adjust. They stop bringing it up. They carry the worry alone. What started as empathy slowly becomes silent burden. This is where the confusion begins. Understanding is not meant to stop the conversation. Understanding is meant to guide it. When you truly understand a situation, you see it clearly. You see the emotions involved. You see the fears behind the behavior. You see the patterns that are forming. But understanding is information. It is not a reason to remain silent. In fact, the deeper your understanding becomes, the more responsibly you should act on it, because avoiding important conversations rarely protects relationships. It usually weakens them slowly. Unspoken things grow heavier over time. Resentment begins quietly. Stress accumulates silently, and eventually the conversation happens anyway, but now under pressure. Healthy relationships are not built on endless adjustment. They are built on courageous clarity, the kind that says, I understand why this feels difficult. And that's exactly why we need to talk about it. Understanding should make conversations kinder, not non existent. It should make decisions wiser, not postponed forever. Because avoiding discomfort today often creates a larger problem tomorrow. So the next time you hear yourself saying, I understand, so I will adjust, pause and ask a deeper question. If I truly understand the situation, what conversation is needed here? Maybe it's about finances. Maybe it's about caregiving. Maybe it's about home. Maybe it's about expectations in the family. Maybe it's about a pattern that everyone sees but no one names. Understanding should bring light into the room, not quietly keep the lights off. Today, notice one important discussion that keeps getting postponed in your life. Not because it's unimportant, but because it's uncomfortable. Ask yourself honestly, am I adjusting to avoid the conversation? Or am I understanding the situation enough to begin it? You don't have to solve everything in one discussion, but someone has to begin. Sometimes the most caring thing you can do for a family is not to keep adjusting. It is to start the conversation that allows everyone to grow. Because understanding becomes powerful only when it leads to action. This is how we regulate, and this is how we rise.